Good afternoon. We are Megan and Lucy from Penn State Dickinson Law in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And our presentation is going to focus on our work as clinical professors who teach law students in their last semester of a clinical program. You know, that time in their life when students think they know everything and don't need to learn anymore.
Our law school recently redesigned our curriculum with the goal of making our students practice ready. So we took the time to restructure our advanced clinic program to look at the skills that employers were telling us that are most important for new hires to have on their day one of work. So we focus on these key areas that are on the screen.
As you all know, the ABA recently required law schools to have an experiential learning component, but experiential learning is certainly not new to law schools. Our clinical program is not new, but our focus has changed to fall in line with changing demands that new attorneys face when they enter practice. The changing world of law practice necessarily requires a change to legal training to prepare our students for work in the new world.
Our advanced clinic is a class comprised of students from multiple areas of clinical programs, and we push their students to recognize that within that clinic firm that they have a unique yet newly acquired expertise within the firm while simultaneously getting them to feel part of the firm. They require a little bit less supervision, and they're able to mentor their colleagues in the program.
We start off this semester with some team-building exercises to help build a sense of community. We believe they need to learn about trust building and how that correlates to building a relationship with members of a firm, but more importantly, in how to build a trusting relationship with your client. Then we move on to cover the other core areas needed to practice in this changing world. Please allow us to role play for just a moment. Professor, I have a quick question. I know the rules of professional responsibility, but I don't know what to do about one of my cases. I'm pretty sure opposing counsel's making decisions on his client's behalf without talking to his client. Do I have to report him like the rules say? I mean, I still have to work with him. I'm worried about his client.
Oh, this is a dilemma, all right. Perhaps we can use the rules to figure out what's ethical and moral and how this will impact your relationship, not only with your client, but with the attorney. Let's talk about it.
Great, let's schedule a time to talk about it further, but I have a bigger problem right now. I have to give a presentation to Borough Council next week about why the town should adopt a non-discrimination ordinance. I'm really nervous. I've never done this kind of speaking, and I have so many other obligations. Should I just email and say I can't do it?
Well, wait a minute. Let's not give up yet. Let's talk about presentation skills. It's a subject matter that we're covering in class. Talking in court is very different than giving public presentations, so we'll cover that all in class. Don't give up.
Oh, that's great. Thanks. This will definitely help me feel better.
I know you're really passionate about this issue, so I think that's also something we're going to talk about. Maybe we need a new law. Maybe we need some policies that we could change.
I am definitely passionate about this, but I don't know what you mean. I'm just a law student.
Well, you'll be a lawyer soon, and you're in a unique position, just like the prior presenter said, to make changes to law and policy and be a leader in our community.
Really? I never even thought about that. That is really cool. I hate to keep bothering you, but I have another question. You know the client who is battling with the Child Welfare Agency? She's having trouble getting to all of her appointments because of the public transportation problems in this town. It's really affecting her case.
A lot of our clinic clients seem to have trouble with public transportation. This is a perfect topic for our community solutions class. You and your classmates could get together and develop a proposal on how to make a solution to this problem.
I'm sure there's something we could think of, but I imagine a lot of different organizations might have to be involved to make a solution work. This is going to be really challenging.
Well, possibly, but you don't have to. You can work together with your classmates, put this proposal, we'll get something figured out.
Wow, Professor, this is a lot. And you know, this isn't the only class I'm taking. I am feeling really overwhelmed. I hate to admit this, but I've been drinking a lot more than I used to. I get so anxious about work and my clients. I'm not sure I can handle this. And you know, if I can't handle it as a law student, how am I going to be a real lawyer?
I am so sorry to hear about this stress. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I'm really concerned about you. I'm going to recommend some therapists for you to help deal with this. In terms of the stress that you're feeling, though, have you ever tried meditation or yoga? You need balance in your life. Come on, there's a yoga class at the law school starting in 15 minutes. Let's go.
I wear my yoga pants everywhere, except to court, of course. This is awesome. I'm definitely going to go talk to someone about the drinking.
So I'm so glad you can recognize how the stress is negatively affecting you. Self-reflection is a really important part of being as a lawyer, and Professor Dinnerstein just mentioned that as well. So it's important for you to be able to identify your strengths and areas that you need work on.
You know, it's going to be really interesting for me to think about what I have learned so far this semester and all the progress I'm making. I had never really thought about that as a strength before.
Well, in our final class of this semester, we're going to do a reflection period. We'll be required to submit a journal. You will be required to submit a journal, and we'll take time to pause and reflect on our strengths and weaknesses and how we can improve. Self-awareness is really critical as a lawyer.
So writing out my goals for this semester really did help me focus on what I want for myself and my career. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. So what we did learn from doing this for the last semester, 1.5 semesters so far, is that these are areas that definitely help with students. And the best part of yoga is the last part of yoga. So namaste.